Hey everybody, this is Perch and San Diego Comic-Con giving you some news about what DC is up to. And DC has kind of a cool project. We'll get to it in a bunch of things. I think that should make some people happy, and then some other things that are like, But before I get to that, I'm curious if anyone has had this moment ever occur to them. So, I see every now and then people online making fun of the word folks or, stuff like that. I'm living in Texas now. I have not adapted to use y'all. And I don't think that's coming in my vocabulary, but I see people making fun of those too. And I don't get it. I'm like, what's wrong with folks? I'll say, hey, some folks over there. But it doesn't sound weird. It's fine. And I didn't get it until recently, in last week, when a writer started using folks. And it just like, what the fuck? You're reading this, and I feel terrible now. I just feel I feel terrible for my own language. It's like, oh my God, somebody is. It's been taken. It's been. Anyway, terrifying. Sorry for that brief diversion. Okay, San Diego Comic-Con news, DC version. So the big news, I think, there's a number of different pieces, and I know what everybody is absolutely super excited for sure, is that Marie Javins won an Inkpot Award. And that's absolutely the prestigious Inkpot Award for her contributions in the comic industry, which I know a number of people are definitely would support that idea of Marie Javins, who's tirelessly supported and gotten back to people in an efficient manner, receiving an Inkpot Award. No, I'm joking. The big news is that we're finally getting the Batman Spawn crossover. So Todd McFarlane was present, I believe, during video for the DC panel, where there will be a third meeting of Spawn and Batman, which just goes to prove that Batman is being inserted now even into other comic publishing lines. He's not even bound by DC alone. You cannot stop Batman. He is going everywhere. The Batman Spawn #1 was out in 1994. Earlier than that. There was an early version of Batman Spawn out in, I believe, 1992 or 1993 that had, and then Batman in 1994, there was War Devil by Alan Grant, Chuck Dixon, Klaus Johnson, and there was an announcement of a third called Batman Spawn Inner Demons, but it never came to pass. So we are getting the new Batman Spawn comic. It is a one-shot. McFarlane will write the script for the 48-page one-shot, and Greg Capullo will illustrate, which is a pretty powerful creative team. It will be coming out in December of this year. So that's some pretty powerful news right there to kick us off, and I know some people will be pretty excited about that. Other news coming out of DC. We're getting just kind of a random collection of things. Bruce Campbell was announced to write a Sergeant Rock versus Nazi zombies in a new horror series. This is a limited series, 6-issue. So Bruce Campbell, who of course has done plenty with zombies, is going to be coming in to write Sergeant Rock, and that could be fun. Cena Grace has been announced to write a new Superman graphic novel for DC's YA line. This is The Harvest of Youth, and it will be Cena Grace continuing kind of starting to do more for DC after somewhat of a fallout from Marvel. But this is going to be showing a young Lex Luthor. It feels like it's more the WB version of Smallville, given that all of Superman's cast seems to be hanging out in Smallville, like I said, including Lex Luthor and others, so more along those lines. We are getting Static Shadows of Dakota, a limited series coming in October, so another Static series. This is continuing the creative team of Vita Ayala, and Nicholas Draper Ivy. So those folks will be writing this or putting this book together. So a new 6-issue series of Static. And the Milestone universe continues to be, this just, frankly, my observation from the outside, it continues to feel like DC's not going all in with this. You get these little limited series, these little like announcements that are 3 months long or so, and then they back away again. It doesn't feel like they're all in still. But maybe they just need Batman to show up. There is more Batman news, of course. A new Joker ongoing will debut in October from Matt Rosenberg. This is basically promising that he will become He'll become Batman. Everyone will become Batman. No, he'll become the man who stopped laughing. And this will be a new ongoing in the fall. The Joker getting serious. And apparently this is going to make him more sinister and evil and all those things. So that's bad news for Gotham apparently. So we're getting that. So there you go. We're getting there's Gotham City Year One, which is a new series announced by Tom King and Phil Hester. Phil Hester is very talented. This is a new 6-issue limited series as well. That really gets into how did Gotham City get so shitty. I'm guessing that the answer is probably not going to be that the city council decides to defund the police and then crime runs amok. But who knows what Tom has in store for us? We'll find out in that story. We are getting basically 5 new Gotham titles. So additional art from Punchline, the Gotham game, GCPD, Blue Wall. As I mentioned, the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing. We're getting a Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City, which is a prequel to the video game. And then Batman Incorporated will return, which will see Ghostmaker in the center of that. They also showed out some more for Batman Beyond the White Knight by Sean Murphy and Detective Comics and more. So plenty. If you were thinking to yourself, I wish there was more Batman stuff. There's too many announcements that are not Batman related. I would like some more. DC definitely had you covered there. DC's presence at San Diego Comic-Con was very subdued overall in general. But anyway, we have all that. We are getting the Human Target, the Tom King series, returning in September. When last we saw the Human Target, Tom King had He and Ice murder Guy Gardner. So who knows what will come next? And then in kind of an odd little bit, they've changed does it change the name? They've shifted Dark Crisis. So 3 new one-shots were announced, and they're calling it now Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was just Dark Crisis. Now it's Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm not sure what the change. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, and they are saying this is, of course, a direct sequel to the 1985 original. But I've been reading this comic, and it feels like a direct sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths, as much as like every DC comic that has followed Crisis on Infinite Earths feels like a sequel or continuation of the story. This doesn't feel any more or less like a sequel. So I'm not quite getting that, but okay. But we have a few more comics that have been announced here, tying into that as they continue to go through. I think everybody's given up on the idea of the hero, pretending that the main heroes are dying. So now they're just showing them everywhere. But anyway, we have Dark Crisis Warzone #1, which looks at the non-superheroes. It feels like they're just taking that directly from Marvel there. They have Dark Crisis, The Dark Army, which follows Damian Wayne, Red Canary, and Dr. Light as they try and wrestle control of the Dark Army from Pariah. And then they have Dark Crisis, The Deadly Green, which presumably is Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing decide to moss up the planet a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. This is written by Williamson himself, Dan Waters, Rambi, which will find the Avatar of the Green formed a truce during the original Crisis and is now teamed up with Pariah, and they are, various shenanigans are coming on. So anyway, there you have it. So DC, kind of some subdued. They did show some new covers. They showed some art from the One Bad Day bits, several of DC staff and comics, particularly for the Wonder Woman Historia book, won Will Eisner Awards. So there was a lot of stuff there, but not major announcements. Most things were all either one shots or Unless it was Batman related, in this case, the Joker. I think the Joker was the only ongoing that came out of all this. But Batman Spawn probably, is some news that I think, people have been looking forward to and will be exciting for many. So there you have it. Hope you're enjoying. Let me know what you're buying out of that. Are you going to buy Batman Spawn? Are you going to buy them teaming up? Are you right now confused when I said it was for the third time because you didn't know the other two existed? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope all you folks are doing well. Thanks for listening.